We are the nerds. We are the nerds of the apocalypse.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. That's your mom, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. Welcome to my favorite E3 show. Thank you so much to PC Gamer. Thank you so much to Day 9 TV. And of course, we are here for the PC Gaming Show.
Hold on 1 second. You forgot to thank the Epic Game Store.
I was getting to it. Powered by the Epic Game Store. Thank you for being today's sponsor. But they're not the only sponsor for the PC Gaming Show. We also have AMD and the many PC developers that will be showcased during this show. I am, of course, Trex, and alongside me, literally, is my buddy Braden. Braden, how you doing?
Good.
You're good?
Yes.
Okay. You may need to talk up a little bit. And, of course, across the interwebs in the safety of his nerd cave, I got my boy, Stevie B.
Stevie B. I get to say my name, Stevie B.
Yeah, but I can copy you, so it's okay.
You're right. And just for a heads up, it's a Monday. I took the day off, but Heather did not. She has a home daycare situation going on, so there's a bunch of kids. So if things get kind of crazy, they're all eating lunch right now, so they're quiet as mouses. But
in like 5 minutes, we'll start hearing, "Oh my God, Disney! It's a Disney show! Woo!"
Yeah. So, but I think all the little ones take naps right after lunch, so I think we might be good for a couple hours. So.
Okay. So while we're waiting, it's 40 minutes until the PC Gaming Show starts up. You like this music? It's good music. It's a good party. So, of course, the PC Gaming Show is going to talk about all PC games. I think we're going to probably hear from Microsoft talking more about the Xbox Game Pass coming to PC, including the Ultimate Edition, which, yes, ever since the Microsoft conference, I have had the Xbox app open on my computer looking, should I install? Should I buy?
I mean, it's $1. You can try it for $1, Trex.
Yeah, but that's a hard dollar though, man.
Bro, it's $1. Denny said watching from work. What's up, Denny?
Nice little answers here. In the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, which race is native to Skyrim itself? A, the Britons, B, the Imperials, or C, the Nords?
Do you know the answer to that, Trek?
Hell no, I don't know the answer to that. I'm gonna probably go with the Britons.
Nope.
The Imperials, isn't it?
Nope, that's also incorrect.
It's not the Nords?
It is the Nords. Yes, it is. It's the Nords.
Wow. I am definitely in that 3%.
Yes, you are.
That's not how math works. In Skyrim, in what city does the quest line for the nefarious Dark Brotherhood Assassin's Guild begin? That begins, of course, in Dawnstar.
You have no idea, dude.
I have no idea.
What is it? Dark Brotherhood Assassin's Guild. Oh. I know the Thieves Guild, I believe, starts from Riften. It might be. I think it's Riften, too. No, it's Windhelm, because it's up north. It's Windhelm.
Whatever. Apparently, there's a lot. The first two questions on this thing is Skyrim. So, are we going to see some Skyrim talk? Not just
Skyrim's
because
everywhere, bro. Skyrim's everywhere. You're gonna be able to play Skyrim on I don't know. You'll be able to open up a book up and play Skyrim.
Yeah. I mean, we can already play Skyrim thanks to the Amazon Alexa.
Yeah, but that's not really Skyrim. Like, it's kind of Skyrim, but it's not really Skyrim.
What cat-like race has wares if you have coin in Skyrim? That's the Khajiit. I know that. Yeah. The Khajiit needs to be 100%. I will not accept anything lower than 99%. But anyways, PC games, powered by Epic Game Store, so we're probably going to see a lot of Epic Games exclusives.
Is Raph Prime watching? No, I'm sorry.
Cursed.
I got that confused. I'm sorry, Raph. I didn't mean to do that to you. Don't. Oh my God, we're right at the end of it. I meant cursed.
95%? Really? Really? I feel like people are just being mean at this point. But being on PC, we'll probably hear a little bit more about Fallout 76 from Bethesda. We'll hear a little bit more about Elder Scrolls Online. I definitely think we are going to hear about the Microsoft Xbox Game Pass as a refresher. I hope we get some cool information coming from AMD about the 3rd generation Ryzen cards or Ryzen chips. That's going to be a hot one for me.
Hot.
Braden, you're more of a console Xbox person, right?
No.
No?
I mean, I've never played
You just don't have a
Skyrim.
PC yet because you're waiting for your mom to surprise you one day, right?
With a gaming PC.
You're just here playing the trivia, right?
I don't know this next one.
Oh, I
at
was
all.
gonna say that.
When you finally get your hands on Skyrim, what does it do to you? Blind you? Oh, an Elder Scroll. Okay. There's a lot... Okay, can we get some new topics here?
Where does your journey in Skyrim start off? Two
backup-
hours of downloading mods. I mean, the answer is both B and C.
It
right?
kind of is.
Denny asks, is AMD having their own stream tonight? I'm not sure.
They don't do it at E3. AMD is going to show up on the PC Gaming Show and talk about it. But they were, of course, the PC Gaming Show was powered by AMD, and AMD came out and talked about it. I don't know if AMD is going to come back out and do it this year because they're not powered by. I know they're a sponsor, but Epic Games Store, I think, is probably like put more money towards it. 31% for 2 hours downloading mods. Yeah, that's basically right. That's a good split. I don't know. I know. I mean, AMD had a presentation at Computex last week. They of course had their announcement stream last month. I don't think they're going to show any. I just want them to actually show some of the new products. I don't care about their video cards. I'm an NVIDIA video card person all down. But when it comes to their processors, I love AMD. And the new 3rd generation Ryzens are going to be beastly.
My mom wants to give a shout out to herself.
Your mom wants a shout out. Go ahead and shout out your mom. You got to do it.
What's
You're
up?
co-hosting.
Okay, what's up, Mom?
Aww.
Shout out to my mom.
Did you see that shout out? he's throwing the hand out. So, what kind of games are you looking forward to see on the PC Gaming Show?
I don't know.
You don't know? I mean,
No.
what's your favorite game to play?
I don't know.
You know, don't be shy. It's just us
I
and
don't play
2
PC.
people on stream. Well, even
right.
even from on PC, like there's other games. I mean,
I
your
got 5 over here.
Your Apex Legends is on PC. Have you seen anything about Season 2 yet?
No. Well, a little bit.
Alright, then there you go. Most of the games that you have on Xbox, you can get on PC. Without the Game Pass. Don't forget that nonsense.
Stop it.
So, a friend of mine told me, because we were in a long chat about talking about the Xbox conference or whatever, and he was like, I'm going to make a pass on the Game Pass. And I told him about it because it's on PC. And I told him, it's like, Sony needs to get with the times. They need to catch up. And he was like, PlayStation Now has been on PC for years, dude. I'm like, what? Because it was never advertised. I don't remember ever hearing about it. And then, of course, I go and look at PlayStation Now. Don't get it on PC. Just don't even get it. Just no.
Yeah.
Like,
not.
I will give 100% creds to Xbox Game Pass. Like, it's better in that front. It is way better. It's like, whew.
It's
Can't,
definitely better.
I can't do it.
Now, I mean, all it takes is like one good change from them to not make it that way, man. But
It is. It's very true. Now, I mean, they have launch titles on day one, but it's still, I'm not going to say bougie, but it's still bad. I mean, Mortal Kombat 11 was there on a day one for PlayStation Now, but they do this, like, rotation thing where they take games off and then bring new games in. It's like, what's with the rotation? Just keep the library, keep it in. And Jareth was in my chat talking about there's no Spider-Man game. Because Spider-Man, as soon as I was told about PlayStation 4, immediately I'm like, wait, Spider-Man? I can play Spider-Man on my PC? Oh, I can play Spider-Man! But it's not on the list. And I find out, like, this is not cool. I don't like this anymore. Oh, look, they're talking about Darkest Dungeon. So I did see that Tripwire is going to be making a return this year. Paradox Interactive is another studio that's going to be showing some stuff. And I'm expecting that Day 9 is going to have his thick stack of cards of all the games coming out. Which main character of the Witcher series enjoys spending his time soaking in the tub?
Man, that's all. You know that answer?
Guillermo. He loves his bath time.
It's Gerald. Denny said, should I drive over and chill with you on my lunch TV? I mean, I'm not going to stop you, buddy, if you want to come jump on the chair next to me.
Kids at the door might.
I know. I can be there in time for the stream. I mean, I'm not going to stop you, Danny. I'm not going to stop you. It's just the PC one, though, so. Just kidding. Yeah, man, if you want to swing by, just text Heather. So she knows to expect you.
And then, of course, the rest of the conferences later today we'll have Ubisoft at 4 o'clock. And then we're going to have Square Enix tonight at 9:30 p.m. Woo! Good old thanks, LA. Don't worry about us East Coasters.
I know.
Witcher 3 is a pretty good game. You should try that.
Witcher 3 is fantastic.
Your mom won't let you, but you should try it anyways.
Oh my gosh. How old are you?
14.
Okay. 14? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, but...
He just graduated from middle school. He starts high school this fall.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, man. I was playing game with that at that age, so... I mean...
In Witcher 3 universe, what is the wild hunt? Finding monsters to kill?
No.
She's watching the stream.
Huh?
She's watching.
Oh, I know she's watching. Hi, Mom. Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Braden's mom. So, Stevie B, what PC games are you looking forward to see on today's show?
Can I be that guy and say that, like, anything on the new expansion for Final Fantasy 14? Like, I know it's probably going to be.
That's your whole fucking thing.
It's gonna be probably in the Square Enix panel tonight, but I don't know, man. And I do. To be fair, I do like a lot of indie PC games, so I'm excited to see like what kind of. They always show good stuff with these, of that kind of stuff. I feel like all the mainstream games get talked about on like the main conferences. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
So the PC showcase is great for like the indie games and stuff like that. So, it's not. I love supporting indie games. I get the same feeling supporting an indie game that I do when I like buy a random comic at a comic convention. You know, from someone that's like just trying to make it. You know what I mean? Like it's just out there peddling their comic. They're not writing from Marvel or DC. They literally had this idea and they put it together on paper and they want you to get it. So like I like to pick and choose a few, and we've streamed a couple of them on the channel before. So
I'm not appreciative of this trivia right here. Bordering on Elwyn Forest. What was the capital city of the human empire? What the do you mean was? It's still standing. It's still there. And by the way, it is definitely Stormwind City, son. It is still there. What do you mean this was the capital city?
I mean, did they change the capital city of the Alliance? Is it
No!
now something else?
Well, it's the capital city of the humans, not of the Alliance. Now, true be told, the King of Stormwind's kind of the head of the Alliance, but it's definitely Stormwind City. When it was released, the first expansion of World of Warcraft offered a dark pearl to what strange new world? That would be Draenor. Wah, wah.
Oh, now we're finally getting the questions you can answer, buddy.
I can answer. I can. Because Northrend was the second expansion, and then Zandalar is the current expansion. Ah!
Heaven. I think there's supposed to be a live letter from E3 sometime this week, Stevie. Yes, it's Wednesday or Thursday. Raph, I know they have the Titanium Primal fight on the show floor. Well, that's where I would be.
Grab the whiteboard and plug that in for me.
Okay.
I would be in the Square Enix booth playing Final Fantasy, playing as like a 10-year-old.
Stevie B, we have to do interviews. I'm interviewing this right here. I will interview this console.
Oh right, well, you see, I gotta try out the new experience. I'm just playing.
But yeah, so yeah, speaking of the indie games, we'll definitely be seeing a live indie games here on PC that you'll see on PC first, and then later on you'll see on Xbox and PlayStation, because it's a trickle down effect.
Yes.
Because real indie is on PC.
I mean, real indie is wherever they can shove their game for people to buy it.
Please be our publisher, please.
Anybody?
Oh, I completely forgot. I'm hoping to hear some information on Destiny 2. So it's going free to play this fall in September. They're releasing a new expansion, Shadowkeep, and it's going to Steam. It's going to Steam. Are we down to the last 5 minutes, boys and kids?
Yeah, I've never actually watched one of these, to be honest. So
This is your first PC gaming show, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what to expect from this. Do they have like a main host?
They do. Their main host is Day9 TV. He is one of the first streamers, one of the beginner YouTubers out there. He is a StarCraft professional. He's a StarCraft player, former professional player.
Is there such thing as a StarCraft professional? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, he's won numerous tournaments, and he's a huge gamer. Now he does the hosting stuff now.
Danny just got here.
Hey, Denny.
You got Scooter. I'm gonna lift the mic up. You guys see your beautiful face. Ow!
Love it. How's the chair?
The chair is fantastic. I love this chair.
I just realized I won't be able to hear anything.
I can fix that. And you tell me if I need to turn it down, Tracks, okay?
Yeah, so far you're good, man. Oh, you're talking about the video?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to play the I don't have another set of headphones I can hook up, so I'm gonna have to play it through my speakers.
That's okay. Hey, Neutron. This is not my son. This is my friend's son. So it's a take your friend's son to work day. Because school's out.
School's out for summer. Not for Danny though.
It's all good. No one wants to see my face anyway.
You're right about that. That is correct. I'm just kidding. All right, we should be good. Yeah.
How's your handwriting? You want to take notes? We're note takers around here.
Well, to be fair, Trex is a note taker. I just listen to him as he goes back over his notes.
Remember, when he says something stupid, look that way.
Where are you watching this from? What Twitch channel?
Twitch.tv/PCGamer.
Okay.
Because see, I take the notes and he just reads chat, as chat really becomes a terrible, terrible place.
It does. I'm sorry, you said PC Gamer?
Yeah.
Surprised they're still around.
I like the music too.
So, I don't know.
I'm not too loud, am I?
No, you're fine.
Okay.
Just like me screwing up the whole program.
You're right about that.
Oh, 1 minute left.
Ooh.
1 minute, Dougie Fresh. Yeah, the chat's pretty toxic.
They've all been toxic. dude.
Already? The show hasn't even started yet.
I mean, you just keep seeing wieners go across them. Like the I mean, the time it takes for someone to type that out, they probably just copy and paste it.
Oh yeah, good old ASCII.
Hold on, let me put you on the speakers too. All right, say something, Trex.
Say something.
There you go.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Something.
Perfect.
Yeah, I think I probably heard me a little bit, but you mean your muffler on your microphone works out pretty well.
The what's wrong with my microphone?
No, I'm saying the muffler works it so I actually don't hear myself as much.
Sweet.
Yeah, you could take those out.
No, I need this so I can make sure we can hear.
10,
Ah.
9,
Like
8,
this tells me what the info.
Are you counting down?
5, 4, 3.
What's wrong with that? You can get it now.
Yeah.
1. Happy New Year.
Come on, bandwagon.
Happy
Let him
New
do his
Year.
thing.
Yes.
You better calm down.
Happy PC New Year.
This is the PC Gaming
Heyo.
Show, a celebration of the most vibrant gaming platform. For the next 2 hours, you'll
2
see
hours,
all
wow.
new gameplay footage, trailers, and interviews. Taking the stage today are first gameplay footage.
say
for
2
Vampire
hours?
Masquerade,
Yeah, man.
Oh,
Bloodlines
that was
2,
cool.
Borderlands 3, the reveal of Evil Genius
What
2,
in the
What?
world?
Starmancer,
What is this?
Last Oasis, 2 new games from Coffee Stain Studios, Griftlands, Planet Zoo. What's next for
I used to
Terraria?
like that game.
Remnant from the
You don't know that?
Ashes, Mosaic, Warframe,
Well, that's obvious.
Baldur's
Yeah,
Gate
buddy.
3, Shenmue 3, the
Ooh, this
reveal
game.
of Unexplored
Steve's
2,
just like,
Eijo, Age of Wonders, Planetfall, and more. And now your PC gaming show
can you
hosts,
turn the mic up
Day 9 and Frankie
Oh, for them?
Ward.
for me? Like the...
You can't. Do you hear them?
Morning, good
Yeah, I can hear it.
You can hear that.
Yes!
Yeah.
Okay.
Ladies
You need
and
that turned up?
gentlemen, welcome to the PC Gaming Show!
Thank you.
He's excited.
Yeah!
Nobody else is.
Day 9, what's
We're
up?
so happy you're here today. We have a great show for you lined up. We got 30 games that we're going to be showing off. 30. Some of them will be updates to existing franchises and titles. Others will be exclusive world first looks. Y'all ready?
Nope.
Well, I first want to thank our sponsors for helping make this event possible. Without their support, this event would not happen each year. So thank you so much. Thanks to you for coming out. It's 10 a.m. in Los Angeles. Happy Monday, everyone. Best day of the week. Hello to all of you up in the balcony. And of course, thanks to you tuning in
Oh,
live
you're welcome.
from all over the internet. YouTube,
Your buddy, Sean.
Facebook, wherever you're tuning
Just
in
doing
from,
our part.
welcome. We're happy to have you. My name is Dave.
Shane Jones asked, "Do you ever work at Stevie B?" Yes, I took time off. Okay, I'm allowed to take days off, Shane Jones.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you, Sean. Hello, everyone. Now, for you guys at home, for the first time, whatever platform you're watching on, we are going to be pulling your clever comments. Just remember that. I said clever comments from Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook throughout the show, and making you famous on the internet, on the screen. We're going to be sharing them live. And one of the things we're especially
Not
looking
us.
for is questions for the
I was
Borderlands
like,
3 team, because Sean, you've got a mission to put their questions to the developers later.
That's right. Midway through this show, I'm going to be asking those questions to the creative director of Borderlands 3. Use hashtag PC Gaming Show, and we'll read them live. Until then, let's start the PC Gaming Show with our very first title from UK developer Rebellion.
Man, his hairline just
Several
keeps
years
going,
ago, they
doesn't
announced
it?
they were working on the follow-up to Evil Genius, a real-time evil layer simulator.
And now, Rebellion is ready to reveal its nefarious vision for the project. So, PC Gaming Show, who's ready to stroke a cat menacingly?
Oh.
Here is the world exclusive reveal for Evil Genius.
You may want to turn your
World
side down a little
Domination.
bit. It's bleeding in a little bit.
Not actually okay.
I want to be an evil genius. I mean, I've already got one of those down packed. Just trying to figure out which one it is. Despicable Me, the game.
Ooh. Good old shark lair.
When closed beta access.
Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 is the successor to one of the most beloved RPGs ever. And with me to talk about it, I have Brian Mitsoda and Cara Ellison from Partsuit Labs. Now, Brian, you were a writer on the very first game, so what does it mean for you to finally get to work on the sequel?
It means that a lot of people.
So I guess you came dressed as an evil genius.
Meet those.
He looks
Well,
super awkward.
Let's take a look at where
Like,
we are going to meet them, because we are going to take a look at
motion-wise.
the world's first gameplay footage.
Guess I have to be the one to tell you. You're dead.
Damn.
It's a way to start.
Rude much?
You're obviously new to this whole existence, but truth is, most of you types won't even make it a whole year. We have one rule. You don't break the masquerade.
The city. We're all fighting over scraps here.
Welcome to the first day of the rest of your death. Having fun yet?
$2020.
Yeah.
Guys, what does it mean to be a vampire in this world?
So in the Empire, what it is, it's kind of a darker version of our world, and the vampires kind of need to keep their presence secret from humanity. So the vampires are kind of staying hidden in the shadows while also needing to feed on human beings and kind of manipulating us in order to get blood.
When we talk about feeding on human beings, I'm getting flashbacks to last year's show. Cara, it's not just a case, though, of sucking blood and filling up your health meter, is it? Actually, different types of blood do different things.
That's right. So
I remember the
resident
Bruja
system
are
within
actually like the
essentially
muscle.
Vampires,
I don't even know
Is
this game
battle
is.
between them?
see the emotional resonance of human beings.
Think of it as an adult and better
desire,
version of Twilight.
and then they can feed on those.
Well, that's
people to,
not
like,
setting the
feel
bar
same
very high there,
things
dude.
as
If
human
you're
beings
comparing
to
it to
feel
Twilight.
or
That's the.
thrive.
I mean,
And
you
that
can also
can be
go
like
with
a
Interview with a Vampire,
game.
but Twilight actually showed the clans, and
I see what you're saying. Okay.
yeah, so there's 5 clans with it, and I'm not sure if you have to join any of them. It's been a while since I played the first Masquerade.
And one thing that was really intriguing to me when I was learning about this game is you don't just get bitten and turn into Nosferatu, Dracula, or Brad Pitt. And to be
Brad
honest,
Pitt.
I think you should really just get to the game, because then I'm definitely playing it. You actually have to adjust to your environment to becoming a vampire, Tara.
That's right. So essentially, in the game, when you were made as a vampire, sort of very young vampire, a lot of other vampires are made at the same time in this thing called the mass embrace. And that means that essentially they're having a less lucky time than you in the world. You're having a relatively good time compared to them because they don't know what they're doing. They're going through vampire puberty on their own, and you might have a family, you might have, say, a wife and children, and you are morally objecting to drinking blood to survive. And so you might have a less good time, let's say, than the player is having. So you can find them throughout the world as well.
And Brian, the first game came out in 2004. You've been waiting 15 years for this. Any pressure?
Yeah, tons of pressure. But yeah, we're gonna make it work.
Well, you know what? I think there are people around the world watching this, and of course the audience here, and they all can't wait to play this game. Can you wait, guys?
Yes, I can.
So I think you've convinced everyone here now. When are we going to be able to play the game?
We're going Q1 next year.
Fantastic. When can we learn more?
Bloodlines2.com.
Thank you so much, Brian and Cara. Good luck. Give it up, guys. Now, have you ever wanted to play Dwarf Fortress in space? Starmancer is a space station sim from Ominux Games and Chucklefish. After a catastrophe on Earth, humanity has launched a desperate attempt to find refuge among the stars. Your task is to manage a colony capable of sustaining life, crafting components, controlling colonists, and sending out crews to mine asteroids. But when you're living in space, there can be big consequences for even the smallest mistakes. Let's take a look at the brand new gameplay for Starmancer.
I literally thought that was the thing.
Yeah.
Starmancer.
I'm already intrigued. I love games like this already.
Grow your colony.
Oh. Build and expand. Oh, they're already starting to get me.
Time sink right here, bud.
Customize.
It's like the Super Nintendo of Sims in space.
Oh boy. Make friends. Ooh, I like to make friends.
No, you don't.
I'm friends with you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh snap, the pirate leader.
You think you can stop me? You can just put it over there. I'm not gonna need that phone.
Okay.
If work needs me, they're kind of SOL.
Same. I heard my phone ring this morning. I was like, nope. Oh, I'm gonna go to that. I'm gonna try that. That looked
Our
good.
next guests both started as modders, and now they each
Starmancer.com.
independently
Play
run their own
Starmancer.
studio. Let's welcome to the stage from Tripwire, John Gibson, and from Torn Banner, Steve Piggott.
Hey, Sean.
Oh, his name was
Now I
not Steve
understand.
Bigot, was it?
Both of you started as modders, working independently,
Can't remember.
running your own studio. Talk to me about the collaboration that you started together.
Yeah, Steve. So we've known the
Yeah.
Torn Banner guys for a long time, even giving them some advice when they were modders, going commercial, helping them not make the mistakes that we made. And we've been friends, and we've always wanted to work together. And now we've sort of formed this independent, former mod team, professional super group to get an awesome game out to fans.
Yeah, for us, this is a dream partnership as well. We've always been really close with Tripwire, and we really respect their games. We see them as one of the few studios that's bringing true innovation to the FPS genre, and that's what we're all about as well.
You know, nice little
Let's take
7.
a look at this upcoming collaboration between Torn Banner and Tripwire.
They're definitely moving through the games in this show.
Yeah.
2 hours.
Yeah. World exclusive.
Okay, got some knights. Wait a minute. This isn't that Morgu game. Morgog.
No, it looks like it does. Wow.
Whoa. I got you, Taps. I got you. Well, now. This is not Mogra as I thought it was.
I like this game.
Yeah, I like Chivalry 2. Okay.
Slice off heads, I'm down.
I mean, I didn't expect this to fall.
Oh! That's messed up.
He was running with
I'm going to get so many text messages from his mother.
Well, Chivalry 2 is about bringing players into their favorite medieval movie.
That was a sympathy death, yes.
And our flagship game mode, Team Objective, does that by having players complete medieval objectives like sieging castles, raiding villages, and
yeah, you're not just going and standing in an area and then a bar fills up. You're, like you said, burning houses, killing peasants. You know,
Well, okay.
Playing as peasants, getting killed.
It's really about letting the player experience every iconic moment of the era. And on top of that, this time around we've increased the player count scale to about 2.5 times what the previous game was. 64 players.
Yeah, I can stay away from stuff
On top
too.
of that increased scale, we've added horses, which really allows us to add a lot of drama to the game and bring experiences like the Battle of the Bastards from Game of Thrones.
Don't worry, we'll ignore the last season. Just Battle of the Bastards is going to be in the game.
Yes.
All right, so I want to ask about the sword play element to Chivalry 2. I mean, I know it's a really critical element.
Yeah, and this time around, we've completely revamped. We really view what we're doing here as bringing a true sequel in every sense.
Yeah.
We've attempted to completely revamp the combat, movement, and animation systems so that every swing, every action of the combat feels reasonable.
Dorks, bro. Who else called off of work today?
And the weight that you medieval knights in full armor are clashing.
Yeah, and it's very, very fluid
Pop-Tarts.
and much more accessible than the previous game. And it's, you know, the pace is so much quicker. It was what I really enjoy when I'm playing it.
Yeah, and I wanted to ask about the fluidity, because in a lot of melee combat games, you hit a button and there's like a full animation swing and then you sort of reset. So it's kind of these discrete, chunky times. I understand that in Chivalry 2, the sword play operates differently.
Yeah, we kind of think of it like when you're swimming, where you're kind of constantly using both arms at the same time. And a core part of our focus this time around has been making it so that players can fight multiple opponents at the same time.
Like 1-on-3, 1-on-4 situation?
Exactly, because that's fundamentally part of the becoming the ultimate warrior fantasy and achieving glory on the battlefield.
Well, I mean, I do have to ask, I'm talking about swordplay and mastery, but the original Chivalry, I mean, it's kind of like silly fun. Like, how do you balance the mastery with the fun element?
Yeah, our goal has always been to make it so that players can take the game as seriously as they want to and also as silly as they want to. We know that probably about half our audience plays the game drunk, and we love that.
Wow.
At least half.
Know your target audience.
That's an important metric to track.
And the game has a huge influence from Monty Python as well. I mean, in the over-the-top voiceovers and the role-playing opportunities. I mean, the game is genuinely hilarious. As an example, you can beat a man with a chicken while quoting Shakespeare.
I'm sorry, what?
Chicken is a
yeah,
weapon.
physically
That's a
clubbing
mechanic.
him to death with
Well, that's
Nothing wrong with that.
excellent. Well, I mean, I have to ask, when can people get their hands on Chivalry 2?
So Chivalry 2 is coming out early 2020, and it's coming first to the Epic Games Store.
Oh, look forward to checking it out in early 2020. John Gibson and Steve Piggott with Chivalry 2. Thank you so much.
So he said that with hesitance. He's like,
We
oh,
are
here we
just
go.
getting started here at the PC Gaming Show. Let's take a look at what's coming
But he
up
said
next.
first, so it's coming to Steam 6 months later.
You're watching the PC
That's going to
Gaming
be
Show.
pretty much everything on this stream.
Coming up, Build a world for wildlife in Planet Zoo. From the creators of Darksiders, Remnant from the Ashes, Baldur's Gate 3,
So they went from
and
this
more trailers,
to the
interviews,
Planet of
and gameplay footage.
That was pretty cool.
We'll definitely have to get Planet Zoo for your mom.
Huh?
Get Planet Zoo for your mom.
Yeah. She'd like that.
She would. Bloops. Wait, what the?
Blip blop. Trillions of blops. You get a blip and you get a blop.
Okay.
I am pretty sure I saw this in a Doctor Who episode.
Endless fun.
Maybe this is Doctor Who the game.
Trexlight shit his pants.
They wouldn't be able to do it.
You would be the companion to the Doctor in the game.
They wouldn't be able to do it. There's just no. Actually, no, I would not want to be a companion.
This game is very dark.
Very.
They
Mosaic.
gave us no information on what that was.
But
Blip Blop.
Blip Blop is out now. Don't go to your phone.
That was a brand new trailer for
He's going to his phone.
Yeah, oh yeah, he's on it right now. Look at that Blip Blop.
And publisher Raw Fury.
You're gonna get me
How
some
are you
Blip
guys
Blop.
enjoying it so far? There's been some
Oh!
songs, some space stations, vampire puberty. We're listening to your reactions to the PC Gaming Show throughout the
can guess
entire
who that
broadcast,
was.
no matter what
I know
platform
exactly
you're
who it was.
watching and ranting on. So keep them coming. Our next game is a ghost-themed multiplayer hide-and-seek game inspired by a popular mod. Charge up your proton packs and get ready for Midnight Ghost Hunt.
What is this? Midnight what?
I heard Proton Pack.
I know.
When the night falls.
And the game on your app on your store is going to be called Mosaic Blip Blop, coming from Raw Fury.
When the night falls.
Yeah, already. Yeah, it's done.
You can count on me.
I should install on my work phone.
It'll make you feel brand new.
Whoa.
So just tell me where I've got a big surprise for you.
Ooh!
Killed that man.
That's oh, so you can play either or.
What the?
What? He's fighting him.
I've got a big
Okay.
Yes, that'd be a fun multiplayer game.
Turn into the clock. That'd be cool if you could go into objects.
Yeah, and just toss a chair at someone.
Yeah, just like.
Joining me on the stage to talk about Midnight Ghost Hunt is the dynamic one-man team.
Yeah.
Creative director, programmer, designer, it's Sam Malone!
Thank you for having me.
Sam, please tell us what is going on in that. What is Midnight Ghost Hunt all about?
So Midnight Ghost Hunt is a multiplayer ghost hunting hide-and-seek game. You can play as either as ghosts or ghosts.
Yeah, download it.
Like 4v4. The ghosts can hide inside average everyday objects around the haunted house. The goal is to look like harmless furniture, but on the inside, they're not so harmless ghosts.
Oh, so it's like a tap.
Yeah, and if I'm understanding correctly, it's not
You
about
buy things?
hiding as a lamp to try to assault and take out a hunter. It's actually, you would do that so that
try
way
to
you
do this.
keep running away and continue to hide.
Exactly. So the main objective of the ghosts is to try to stay hidden as long as they
So
can
you can
until
buy
the time runs out,
Well,
until
it's
the clock
unlocked.
strikes midnight.
Oh.
Midnight being kind
So
of
it's like
the
a cookie
hour of
cutter.
the ghosts, basically. They can fight back if they like, but in general, they want to try to hide. But if there's a hunter kind of off by himself, he can quickly just hit him in the back of the head, knock him out real quick, and he has less hunters to deal with at that point.
See. Well, what's the identity of the hunters? We've been seeing furniture flying all over the place. What are the hunters doing?
So the hunters, it kind of can be divided into two different segments. The first part of the game is kind of almost like a detective game because they're sort of trying to figure out where the ghosts are hiding because it's not really obvious at first glance. So they've got gadgets like a footprint tracker, they've got like a radar like you saw, to try to narrow down where in the haunted house these ghosts are hiding.
Most realistic game.
They couldn't get Ghostbusters licensing.
There's ragdolls flying everywhere, and they have that cannon to really try to smash the ghosts into pieces. So those are kind of the two aspects of the ghosts.
I see. Well, talk to me a little bit about the inspiration for Midnight Ghost Hunt. I understand it's based on Gary's mod called Prop Hunt.
So that's definitely a big inspiration, but the big twist for us is that the props fight back. You saw the furniture, they hurl themselves at you, they knock you out, they send you flying. So it kind of almost becomes like this action hide-and-seek sort of mashup. You have a reason to be a little bit afraid of the things that you're hunting. So that changes up the dynamic a good amount.
And I want to ask about when the clock strikes midnight. We saw the very
Have you seen
red
a ghost?
color pop up. We didn't see what happens then. What's going on?
So midnight, if even one ghost survives 4 minutes into the match, then you hear this ominous grandfather clock chime across the map. All the lights will actually flicker out. It'll get really dark and scary, and all of the ghosts that were destroyed actually return as vengeful spirits. They're a lot more powerful than before, and they glow a very brilliant red. So at this point, the tables have turned. The hunters are now the hunted, and they just need to try to work together to stay alive long enough for their evac to come, which is another 4 minutes or so. Usually the ghosts win when it gets to midnight.
Are you talking like 90% of the time?
Like 9, yeah, usually because the ghosts are so overpowered at midnight. Right. The hunters are doing whatever they can to try to prevent midnight from even occurring by destroying all of the ghosts and clearing the house.
Well, awesome. When can people get the chance to try out Midnight Ghost Hunt?
So we'll be running an alpha event later in the summer. You can sign up at Midnight.
We should totally do that so we can stream it.
Dude, I definitely am down for that.
Doing it right now.
This one looks fun. Later in the summer, we'll be giving out keys on our Discord as well as on our main website.
Wonderful. Ladies and gentlemen, Sam Malone.
Yes, message me the link. That's my second camera that I use sometimes.
For our next title, we got Frankie up in the balcony, and if I understand correctly, Frankie, this is a sequel.
You do understand correctly, Sean, yes. It's a big sequel to a small indie game. Unexplored 2 is a procedural adventure, a roguelike that challenges you to fight, to be clever, and to solve its mysteries. Explore a beautiful world, engage with its creatures, and befriend its people. Search for magic lakes and ancient statues until you die. And die again. This is Unexplored 2.
Thank you. I'm currently playing Bleep Blop, and I'm level about to hit level 20.
He is killing me.
You guys are out of control. I don't even know what the game is. Oh damn! Servers are down for email.
Really?
Bro, server stats. One of our servers are down. But everybody's trying to do it.
This is called Unexplored 2.
Wow, this looks great. The style of this is fantastic.
Oh, he's getting
Yes, Raph.
Oh, wow, that was...
Oh, damn.
He just died.
Whoa, 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 what kind of map? That's a big map. Oh, is that wolves?
I think you'd be good at creating a game.
Thank you for that positivity and inspiration that you think I can do something. I can't.
You would make it like so cool.
This looks really good. Just from a visual standpoint.
Yeah.
It has Ari written all over it.
Definitely does.
Don't you know mobile games with loot box pay to wins are bad for kids? Bad influence on that young man. There's no loot boxes though. Oh, there's an ad though. Get back to work today. Oh, it's an in-game. It's an ad for the in-game itself for Mosaic. That's funny.
Dean Del Cerro, welcome, Dean. What you got for us?
Oh, we got a broken mic.
Samsung C27 RG5 curved gaming monitor.
Well, let's take a look.
Oh shit, we're talking about a new 27-inch curved gaming monitor.
Oh snap.
No,
tell your mom to pay attention.
When you shoot it.
Oh, I think she had to go back.
Oh, that kills me. absolutely kills me.
Oh. Woo! I was about to say, what game is this? Not a game.
Beautiful.
Oh, it's a game armor. Oh, cool. They did a good job.
Dean, we've seen the video, and I gotta start asking. Talk to me about some of those juicy features and specs.
So it's a 240 hertz curved gaming panel. We believe it's the world's first. So you have lag-free and tear-free performance. And we think that the curve, it's 1500 art radius, is going to be a very immersive experience that you wouldn't get from a traditional flat panel.
And I wanted to ask a little bit about some of the color specs.
Sure, it's a 3,000 to 1 contrast ratio. So you get those deeper blacks, brighter whites, and hopefully you'll see your enemies first before they see you in the dark scenes.
Yeah, and I understand it also has G-Sync. I saw that flash up on the screen as well.
First G-Sync compatible monitor, so we're super excited about that.
Well, since this is the PC gaming show and we're showing off a huge variety of games here, what are the types of games that you would expect that 240 hertz refresh rate and the G-Sync to work well with?
Sure, so we think everybody's going to appreciate the speed and the performance, but ultimately, esports first-person shooters are really going to benefit.
All right. Well, of course, I have to ask, not just when is it available, but what type of cost are we talking?
So it'll be available in mid-July for under $400 for a 27-inch panel. So it expands our gaming lineup to 8 models. Yeah.
Because when you said 400, I mean, that's 27 inches. Right. Wow.
Yeah, so our gaming lineup will be expanded to 8 models, ranging from 24 all the way up to a 49-inch dual QHD. Check out Samsung
49-inch curved.
240, or see some back of the room for more info.
Yeah, that's right. For any of you in the audience, it's there. You can go there for it.
It's not 4K.
It's not 4K.
It's not for that price point.
Well, I want to let you know that we have all sorts of great presentations and games coming up. Let's look at what's coming up.
Why are you going to show us what's coming up? Like, we're watching it.
Stay tuned for more announcements, trailers, and never-before-seen footage, including Gearbox answers burning questions about Borderlands 3. The next game from Clay Entertainment. Get ready to rip the galaxy a new wormhole in Valfaris. And more. And now the PC Gaming Show presents What's Next from Funcom.
Oh, Funcom, yeah. Need some more information about Secret
Hello,
World
everyone.
Legends.
Thanks for the warm applause. It's very exciting for all of us at Funcom to be here at the PC Gaming Show for the very first time ever. And naturally, we would like to show some of the cool stuff that we've been working on. So, without further ado, here are some of the games coming for 2019.
All right, let's do it.
Something strange is going
on. I want to play. I haven't played this yet. I need to play this.
I don't feel.
Yeah, this is another XCOM type game. So yeah, Seed of Evil looks like it's new. Oh, there's a moose now.
It's on Game Pass?
Should be, yeah.
Shit.
A lot's happened since you've been traveling, Con. We could use your skills.
Stalkers got each other's backs, right? What happens to you happens to me.
Conan RTS game? Oh, that's pretty dope.
Ooh. Okay.
Clash of Clans. The Conan skin. Oh, damn.
I like that.
Well, it's a giant spider. Aaron's not playing this. That's a big spider. Someone better tell Beth and Ari.
I like these bosses.
my son, off to fly among the stars.
Is that literally it?
Please welcome to the stage, founder and director of Mighty Kingdom, Philip Mays.
Huh?
It made a face.
It did make a face.
That was
creepy as hell.
So yeah, at Funcom we've been doing our own games for over 26 years now. But recently we had the great pleasure to be working with some other very talented developers and help them publish their games. And on that note, I'd like to introduce Phil Mays. He is founder of Mighty Kingdom, a studio out of Australia, who has been working with us on something a little different.
I like he said it with
So
her
on April
on my
1st this
end.
year, we put out a little trailer for something called Conan Chop Chop.
Conan Chop
and,
Chop.
Considering the date, it was perhaps
What
no
the
surprise.
What?
We decided that it was an April Fool's joke. So,
All right.
yeah, we have a little surprise for you. Check this out.
That is
world exclusive.
Conan Chop Chop.
Yeah.
Someone said Skate 4.
Watch this be the new thing. Everyone's, hey, you playing Conan Chop Chop?
It's that ninja, Fruit Ninja, but with quite possibly the best Conan game. What? Hold on, I'll hold back. Not real, but probably should. Kotaku.
Oh my god.
What? Yeah, I'm playing it.
Looks kind of fun, actually.
I know. A chibi Conan game. It's like it's like Cyanide and Happiness, but Conan.
I was just about to say that.
You got long hair.
Wow, that's gonna sell like hotcakes on the Switch.
So there you have it, Conan Chop Chop. It's a roguelike action-adventure game. It's very real, and it's coming to PC, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Nintendo Switch on September the 3rd this year. It's 2019. We also have a playable version here at E3 at our demo room, so if you want to give Stick Figure Conan a try, then please don't hesitate to drop by. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Last Oasis is a nomadic survival game set in a post-apocalyptic future where the Earth has stopped rotating. The last humans need to outrun the blazing sun in massive open-world environments. Good times. But cheer up, sunshine. This is one of the most original-looking multiplayers we've seen, with interesting ideas underneath. A player-driven economy and some truly incredible death machines. Coming to early access on Steam on July 15th, let's take a trip to the Last Oasis.
My tribe built with the legs to lift us over burning.
Have we seen this before? I think we've seen this before.
We must move forward.
I'm thinking it was something last year too.
I like the kinetic sculptures.
Aye. I'm not seeing heads or arms chopped off. Where'd that rock come from? Stay steady, lad. Stay steady. Oh, that's done.
Reminds me of Wild Wild West.
Wild Wild West and Warlands came together. What in the? There's always a bigger prey. Oh, it's Last Oasis. September 3rd as well, man. I think it's supposed to be... did they say when it was going to be in early access?
No. I don't think so.
talk about the other one.
This looks really good.
Dinosaurs with lasers! Penguins?
The name of the game is Age of Wonders Planetfall, a 4X strategy game, and joining me on the stage to talk about it is the game director, Leonard Sass, and principal gameplay developer, Tom Bird. Welcome, guys. Good to be here. So, Leonard, just give us the gist of what Age of Wonders Planetfall is all about.
Sure. Age of Wonders is a turn-based strategy game where you play as one of the survivors of a shattered galactic empire. At the start of the game, you choose or create your own faction.
Yeah.
They include the Vanguard Expeditionary Forces, who are in cryosleep when everything went to hell. There's scavenging cyborgs, or the Amazon bioengineers who ride dinosaurs into battle.
You know, I want to ask, because there's a pretty broad range of 4X strategy games, to give a sense of what the gameplay is, I just want to start from the beginning of a game. What happens when you first land on the planet?
Each race has their own spaceship. The spaceship comes down onto the planet. The planet is where the entire game takes place. And that spaceship will then transform into your capital colony, where your entire empire begins, your sort of attempt to take over the world. Around you, you've got a number of sectors, and each of these sectors has a little story, well, not most of them. So maybe you'll find a genetics lab, which is still full of horrible mutant creatures, an entertainment complex overrun by horrible robot monsters, a temple with holes in the sky and horrible demons.
You're watching yourself watching you.
Yeah.
And I did see in the trailer dinosaurs with lasers, correct?
Dinosaurs with lasers.
Perfect.
I'm into this game a lot.
Oh, sorry. No cats with lasers.
I'm so sorry to disappoint all of you. No cats with lasers. You have to settle with dinosaurs. You know, I saw the expansive tech tree show up in the game briefly, and I know that growing resources in tech is a huge part of strategy games. How does that function?
Right, so part of these tech trees come from your origin race. They sort of represent the past of where you came from. They include new units, new modules for your units, like jetpacks for your troopers, orbital laser
Take me
cannons.
watch that, like right there.
Social doctrines, not all about war. And then the second part of your tech tree comes from your secret technology, and that's all about the future of your faction. So you can create like a combination between man and machine, or man and computers. Others include
Oh my
doomsday
God,
technology
man and
that
machine,
allows you
power
to infect the
extreme.
entire population with alien brain-eating parasites,
That's
or
before your
win the
time.
game by splitting space-time.
I love how many details you're giving me of the horrors that await on the planet.
The future is not a pretty place.
Well, I want to ask about some of the combat that we saw, because in a lot of strategy games, the combat can be very brief. It just, you know, shows two armies pinging off each other. But I understand that the tactical layer is quite rich.
Right, so when combat starts, you'll see, like on the world map, maybe like a little sort of space lab or something like that. When you go into combat, you will zoom all the way in, and you will be inside the lab. You'll see all the pipes and all of the goops flowing around. All of your units, which you've been putting together and built, are now deployed. In turn-based combat, you can move them into cover, use abilities, shoot laser cannons. Maybe you've chosen the Dwarf, so you've got like a bunch of space dwarves in little metal suits, so dig holes in the ground, shoot from the holes. Maybe you've chosen the Kirko, sort of horrible alien bug monsters. They run forwards and slash people and puke acid on them, that kind of thing.
I mean, how long do some of these battles wind up lasting?
It depends. A short battle can be maybe 2 or 3 minutes, but at the end of the game, you know, you've got a massive siege with like 20 units on your side, 20 units on their side. You've got orbital cannons blasting holes in the world. And that can maybe take 30 minutes.
Dang.
Oh my God.
Talk to us about when we can play the game.
Okay. The game is due this August 6th. It's going to be available on PC, multiple platforms, consoles, and it's available for pre-order now.
Well, lovely. Hey, what's that URL?
It's aow-planetfall.com.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. It's less than 2 months away. Gentlemen, thanks so much for joining me up on
Thank
stage.
you.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye, guys.
Thank you for sharing the horrors of the future. And for our next game, Frankie, I have to ask you, what year is it?
Why, the year is 1946, Sean, my dear
Oh my
boy.
God.
Europe lies in ruins torn apart by the satanic Plan Z. A brave band of heroes cast the Fuhrer into hell, but little do they know, the nightmare is far from over.
We get it. You have an accent.
This is the world exclusive reveal of the next shooter from the makers of Sniper Elite 4.
Oh God. We get it. You're English. Don't ever start talking like that, Stevie B.
Shut up.
Rated M for mature.
Show off some Shakespeare. You got some Shakespeare in you. Don't be comedic. Don't be zombies.
It's zombies.
God dang it. Nazi zombies?
They had that in Sniper Elite 2, though. I mean,
This dude's just gonna sit here. Keep up.
Who has fire?
Big Daddy?
Ow!
No, no, you're blowing up.
Yeah.
I do that in Division 2.
I don't get when people are in a zombie apocalypse. Why don't
That's
they just
good.
like wear a suit or something? Protect themselves.
It's not even really zombies. This is like some satanic stuff.
Come on, let's go.
I'll take this. And I'm done.
He just left them.
Girl, leave the gun. One time use. Oh, I'm going bull. Obviously, it's going to be more co-op now.
I don't know. It might be a deck down.
no, not Sniper Elite series. Zombie Hitler.
Oh my gosh! Zombie Army 4, Dead War 4.
Later on the PC gaming show. A love letter to classic JRPG.
Weeps.
What's next for Warframe? A surreal noir adventure set before, during, and after the
Alright,
Big
I gotta
Bang.
get back to work.
All right, buddy. Good to see you.
Take it easy, y'all.
Have fun, man.
And more.
Level 44 on Bleep Bloop.
Oh my god.
Bleep Bleep.
I forgot you were still playing.
If anything, I'm exercising with 2 fingers.
Ravaged the earth.
Get another workout in for the day.
Unending
Basically.
assault without
So this is coming from Perfect World.
We are victims to a hatred
I like
that
the
we
skin.
do not understand.
This ain't Baldur's
This
Gate.
evil will consume our world.
Wow.
And the countless worlds beyond.
I like how all the big creatures you can force use
Unless
their heads.
you rise to meet it.
I think this is that Remnant game.
By fury and blood.
I think you might be right.
You seek the source of death itself. Prepare yourselves.
Death itself.
BRB for me.
Joining me on the stage to talk about Remnant from the Ashes. In that trailer, we got the
All right,
chance to see
since this is
so
2 hours,
much new
I'm gonna
gameplay footage
dip out
and
for
new
just a
environments.
second to
Let's
go grab some
welcome
food.
CEO of Gunfire Games,
I
David
haven't made
Adams.
something, so I'm just gonna grab it. I'll be back in just like a minute or two.
So, David, I want to ask
Oh,
right away
Trex
for
Bounce.
those who are unfamiliar with
Did he do the same
Remnant
thing?
from the Ashes. What kind of game is it?
So Remnant's a co-op action shooter set on an apocalyptic Earth and across a bunch of cool fantasy worlds.
And I mean, in that trailer, we got the chance to see a huge variety of different environments. Like, what are these different places? Who's the player in this story?
So as a player, you're on sort of a Odyssey-like quest to save the world, and we really wanted to have a bunch of different cool locales that you go to just to experience a bunch of different stuff. You start on Earth, but it rapidly changes very quickly as you get into the game.
And one thing that we talked about before is that replayability is a huge focus of the game, that you could play through it 10 times and still be seeing new bosses, new monsters, new locations. How exactly does that work?
Yeah, I think one of the coolest features of the game is the dynamic generation system. So we generate the maps, the enemies, the quests, NPCs, bosses, everything.
You built those all by hand, right?
Yeah, it's all hand scripted, but the system takes all the pieces and stitches it together. So you might play the game and come into work and say, hey, I talked to a giant tree and fought a dragon boss, and I'll be like, I met a guy in a helicopter, an old guy in a helicopter, and killed a tree, and we'd have completely different experiences and playing this.
And you just have to keep going through it.
How professional. He had to go too.
Yeah, you can play the game over and over again to see the stuff. You can jump into your friend's world to experience the content in their world, and that's a big part of the game, just jumping in and seeing what you get.
Well, I want to ask about loot, which is, I understand, a big part of the game. How does it function alongside this?
So what's this game about?
Experience?
Yeah, the loot in the game is all legendary items. It's
like
tied into the dynamic generation. So if you fight a
You
boss
go to different
or meet an
worlds,
NPC
I
or
guess.
get a cool unique side
Okay.
Oh,
quest,
that's cool.
it generally
Shoot it.
coincides with a cool unique item. It might be a boss weapon or a magical item or armor. So if you play the game,
looks
you get
pretty
all
cool.
completely different events.
I
You'll
like
have
the
different
boss
equipment than
mechanics.
I have.
And in the trailer, I also saw that
So it's
there
co-op.
were 3 people walking through these. You mentioned the co-op experience. How does co-op function in the world?
Oh, thanks,
The game's
Dave.
full co-op from beginning to end. You can jump in
Well,
at
he
any point.
answered
And the
your
game's definitely slower paced, more difficult. I mean, you will die a lot in this game, so
awesome.
There's a huge advantage to bringing your friends to come in there and help you take down bosses or fight off different events or just generally progress through the world.
Yeah, well, I mean, as a big fan of Bloodborne and Dark Souls, I'm really looking forward to Remnant from the Ashes. What's the release date? Where can people go for more information?
So Remnant's coming out August 20th on
awesome.
PC and Xbox and PS4. And if you pre-order the game now, you can actually get in early and start playing the game August 16th.
Well, awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, David Adams from Gunfire Games. Thanks so much for talking to us about Remnant. And as we mentioned earlier, keep those questions coming. I will be asking on stage the creative director of Borderlands 3 everything you want to know. Doesn't matter what platform you're on, just use hashtag PCGamingShow. And until that time, let's talk about our next title. This one was announced 2 years ago at the PC Gaming Show here. It's a game from Clay Entertainment called Griftlands. It's changed quite a bit in the last 2 years. It's now a deck-building roguelike where you don't just fight, but you also negotiate your way through a broken-down sci-fi world. It's going to be available on the Epic Game Store in one short month on July 11th in alpha. Let's take a look at some of the footage of what you'll be playing.
This would be normally one of those times where folks are like, "Oh, where's my single-player games? I don't want to do co-ops." I remember this.
Was it fun?
It was completely different. Wow, this is way different. It's the same art style. It's one way to look at it. Okay, what's she gonna do now?
I pay good money for I've played a game like this. Not good.
Oh, July 20th. Okay. That's That has definitely changed over 2 years.
The latest game from the
Hey, man.
of the brilliant
Hey, brother.
Planet Coaster. Please
I have to step away
Piers
from
Jackson
there,
and
okay?
Lisa Bourne
I gotta deal
from
with something very important. I don't want to talk about it on stream, but I'll tell you about it after.
Piers,
Gotcha, man. Take care of it.
I'm sorry, man. I'm really, I wouldn't bounce unless it wasn't like super important.
Go for it, man. I got you, man.
It involves you building and looking after a modern zoo, and you get to look after
he'll be
the
fine.
most authentic animals we believe you've ever seen in a video game. Each of our animals are unique. They have their own needs, their own desires, and their own behaviours. They interact with each other
So now we're gonna talk
and
about Planet
react
Zoo.
to the world that you build around them. And today, for the very first time, we're really excited to show everyone here a gameplay video.
Level
and
46, Bubba?
Fantastic.
I'm gonna play it through the whole
Let's buy
show.
The world's largest family pass and take a look inside.
You gotta show the screen when it's done.
It's like a fidget spinner at this point. Oh, scratching post.
Oh, my, what?
Oh!
What is this?
You gotta clean the poo.
It's only fun if we have the first to go through that.
November 5th.
Lisa, I love some of the animal shenanigans here. I mean, hippos pooing, adorable baby elements. It's absolutely brilliant. I can't wait to play it. But before we saw the trailer, Piers mentioned this is a modern zoo. But what exactly does that mean?
So nowadays when you go to the
they
zoo,
say
you're not just going to see all the lovely, pretty animals. You go there, you want to be, learning about conservation, you want to learn about the research that they're doing, you want to be educated. And these are all things that you're going to be able to do in Planet Zoo. And these ideas of the modern zoo is really what we take to heart, and we're going to be promoting, the health and the welfare of your animals as the most important thing to do.
And Piers, when can we see more gameplay, and when are we going to be able to get our hands on it ourselves?
So we're obviously demoing the game all this week at E3, but most people aren't going to be able to see that. So we've recorded our presentation. Lisa's done a fantastic voiceover for it, and we'll be releasing that onto Frontier's YouTube channel. That goes live this Friday at 11 a.m. Pacific time.
Well, fantastic. I cannot wait to watch. Thank you so much for joining us, Piers and Lisa, everyone. Next up, we have a very special guest all the way from Japan.
Please welcome to the stage gaming industry legend and Shenmue creator, Yu Suzuki.
Oh.
That is right. Ladies and gentlemen, joining me on the stage is a legend of Japanese game development. It's Mr. Yu Suzuki.
Hello, everyone.
In addition to being the brains behind the following games, Hang On, Space Harrier, Outrun, Afterburner, Virtual Racing, and Virtual Fighter, Yu-san also created the Shenmue series. And he's here to talk about Shenmue 3 right now. Take it away, Yu-san.
この場に立てて光栄です。Standing on the stage
We got another broken
そ
one.
れと
God.
20年支えてくれたファンの皆さんありがとう。I just want to say thank you to all the fans supporting me for the long 20 years. Thank you very much. Wait. The wait is nearly over.
That's right. Let's take a world-exclusive look at Shenmue 3.
So Shenmue 3 is one of those. It's a game that folks have been waiting for a long time.
Nice. So they finally get to.
They finally get to play it.
Honestly, I don't think
What?
your kung fu is strong enough.
That sucks for you.
Grandmaster, I...
Oh, karate kid.
Basically.
A long time ago, martial arts were bad. But humans are interesting creatures. They practiced in secret, away from prying eyes, and became stronger. One even practiced atop this very boat. None Trent survived the ban and was passed on this way.
He's a master.
This game looks cool.
What did you say to me? Stop it. They threaten and extort money from shop owners, get drunk by noon, and cause trouble. Everyone in town is afraid of them.
Oi!
They are heartless. Hey, wait right there!
Whoa!
This dude just...
This is
He didn't even hesitate.
Japanese guy you got in our way.
You've got some guts to barge in here on your own.
Oh, November 19th. Holy crap.
The only thing with all
I
these
know
games
so many people have been waiting for Shenmue 3. I would
The
like to
Kung Fu
once again
games is
thank you
like
so much.
full of
Thank you,
guns
Yusan, for joining us today. Cheers,
everyone. Thank you.
The fist is mightier than the bullet.
Now our next title is near and dear to my childhood heart. It's based upon a game I grew up playing called Heroes of Might and Magic 2.
Ooh.
Let's take a look at an upcoming collaboration between Coffee Stain Studios and Lava Potion.
Things that don't go well together.
Essence within you exists who we are. In dead or in living, it's near and it's far. In human and beasts of the land. It flows through the forest, it breathes the sand.
Okay. What's that? Oh, here we go.
Lightning and thunder and crackling waves, a light torn asunder by night and by day. The empress eternal with death and decay. Do not your
Shot a bird down.
with frost and with fade. They gather the wheelers and build mighty walls. Revolting their armies will fall. Wield all the power of those you command, and grow out
It's
the
an RPG.
you hold in your hand.
Doesn't show any shit.
Unleashed on them all during these final hours. We'll raise and rebuild to take back what's ours.
That.
Songs of Conquest. Classic adventure strategy.
The name of the game is Songs of Conquest, and here to join me in talking about it is the lead designer from Lava Potion, Carl Toftfeld. Hey, Carl.
Hi, hey, thanks.
I mean, let's just start off for anyone who maybe hasn't played the Heroes of Might and Magic series. What is Song of Conquest all about?
It's all about, well, you kind of start out with in the town that you just saw in the end of the trailer, and from there you recruit your wielders, it's what we call our commanders, and you recruit an army, and then you kind of send off your wielders on an adventure. And they go exploring the world, they pick up resources, the flag mines, and with those resources, you upgrade your town so you can get more stuff, and that's kind of what you do. Adventure and strategy combined.
Yeah, and you know, I know that part of the core loop is obviously get the resources to build up the township, but for what reason? Armies, man. Talk to me about those juicy battles.
Yeah, so the battle, just like the whole game, is turn-based. So you go into combat, you bring all your troops in, and you start by deploying them, and then all the troops have different stats, like offense and defense, and so on. And they go in initiative order, and then you slug it out, and it's a bit like chess, but instead of like pawns and bishops, you have like horned wands and face splits.
Great. Griffins and so on.
Yeah, and all those things.
And well, you know, as someone who just loves the Heroes of Might and Magic series, I know that you have translated a lot of the gameplay elements into Songs of Conquest, but what are some of the modern elements that you're bringing in?
Well, there's a lot of it, but I mean, one of them is our magic system. We call it the essence. So basically, in the Songs of Conquest universe, everything has an essence within them, sort of like soul.
Yeah, I guess it's like an item that you can grab.
You need to bring the troops with the right essence with your wielders.
Oh, I see.
So if you want to like make your troops go faster, you need to bring a troop that has that essence, like cavalry.
And maybe to ask a basic question, what if my opponent kills that cavalry?
Then you can't do the magic. So.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. So if you're fighting someone, you kind of have to like weigh the pros and cons of what to kill off. Like, do you want to destroy their magic or their powerful troops?
Where can people go to get more information? And as always, when's it coming? Late 2020. Oh, it's quite a ways off.
Wow.
It's quite a ways off, but you can go to songsofconquest.com and sign up for alpha, and then you can play earlier.
Well, as you know, I'm really looking forward to playing it, Carl. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Now, our next title
I was ready to get it out.
is an update to a popular co-op game. Let's see what's in store for Vermintide 2.
Oh. This is a Warhammer 40K game.
Oh. Okay.
I hope your mom's not watching.
I think she's.
Thank God.
This is.
Nah.
This is the most real.
What?
Looks like Masters.
Yeah. Splinter is just weird now.
This one looks cool. It looks more real. Like you can actually see.
Looks like you can play as the rats.
That's pretty cool.
Ooh. Oh, Vermintide Versus. It sounds like a 4v4 there.
You just saw the reveal of the new PvP mode coming to Vermintide 2, which turns the Warhammer Fantasy cooperative game into something even more brutally competitive. It looks deliciously vile, and surely dismembering Skaven is so much more satisfying when you know you're going ham on a fellow player, making him or her cry little baby rat tears behind their computer screen. You can sign up now for the Vermintide 2 Versus beta at vermintide2.com/versions. In Per Aspera, you're an artificial consciousness orbiting Mars, whose ultimate purpose is to terraform the planet, starting from a single drone in your landing site and turning the planet into a flourishing second home for humanity. Courtesy of developer Lawn Industries and publisher Raw Fury, here's a first ever look at Per Aspera.
I don't know how to spell that.
As we all know, reaching the Red Planet was not humanity's greatest achievement. Transferring the complexity of the human mind to machines was. So they can succeed where we failed. So they can build us a home on that distant, dusty rock. Today, Amy reaches Mars and begins their mission.
We have like an hour left.
Amy, are you with us?
Of course, I'm with you, Houston.
Another city building. Whoa.
Now I'm ready to take on a town, but a world.
In the Assassin's Creed universe, our next guest sent players back in time to rewrite history. But for his debut project with indie studio Panache Digital Games, he's going to take us back 10 million years to where humanity began. Here to tell us all about ancestors is creative director and co-founder Patrice Desolé. Welcome, Patrice.
Thank you for having me. Really happy to be here. I've been waiting 10 years to come back on the big stage at E3 showing off a game.
Well, it's fantastic to have you back. I just want to.
Oh, I remember this from last year.
Did it look good?
Well, when I started Panache, I needed a game.
It did.
An open world game in which you can do a lot of things.
Well, this is your
You need
first
a
time watching
character,
it.
the 3D
I gotta let
environment
you
at first.
experience
And I
this
said,
thing.
"Oh, I'm the historical guy. I'm the historical dude, so I need an historical period." They said, "Oh, let's go back at the very beginning. It'll be easier to do, because I won't have to build a city. I won't have to build technology." And I was a bit naive, because we built Africa 10 million years ago. And that's not easy to build.
It doesn't sound easy. I mean, how have you turned those themes into gameplay?
Well, you play our last common ancestor,
Yeah.
right, of all the big apes, and then you have to explore your environment, and eventually you expand your territory, you expand your clan, because you're not playing that one badass character. You play a group of badass characters. And eventually you evolve into different species up until Lucy, the Australopithecus, roughly 2 million years ago.
I imagine our ancestors had a lot more issues to deal with than we do today. There's going to be a lot more dangers in this world, so tell me a bit more about those.
Well, it's all about from a prey to a predator.
He's
Basically, at the beginning of the game, everybody's there to kill you and devour you. And basically, at the end, it's pretty much you. You're the predator, and everybody's afraid of you. That's the idea of ancestors, the humankind.
So, Patrice, ultimately, what is the key to evolving your clan successfully?
Curiosity. You need to explore because, you know, I made a game about characters and you needed to follow the story I wrote for you. This time, you're basically writing the story, right? There's no story per se inside. It's not about going and see mission givers. It's not about looking at the mini maps and the little dots. It's about you, hey, Homo sapiens. Can you survive like our ancestors?
Which primate
did?
is best?
And that's the question.
Guys.
It'll be for you to answer that question August 27th.
Well, I was going
on PC first.
I was going to ask you when we can see it, and you answered my question first. Thank you so much,
getting
Patrice.
good at this.
As Patrice says, Ancestors will be released August 27th, and you can learn more at AncestersGame.com.
So with Ancestors, you basically play a primitive primate back from way back when, and you have to go through evolution to go through it.
Snap, this is the Epic Games Store.
Yep.
See, they know which games. Oh, that looks cool.
Untitled Goose Game. What? Whoa. I'm all for today's on Goose. What? The golf. What? Oh my god, it's a physics game. The Soldier. Chivalry 2. Drop kick. And one more thing. Look. Auto chess?
Please welcome to the stage, Loring Lee, founder and CEO of Dragon Nest.
Indeed, auto chess has turned out to be a sensation, with hundreds of thousands, millions of players getting a taste of it. And here to talk about it, coming to PC, is Loring Lee. Take it away, Loring.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. I'm Loring Lee. Yeah.
Hi.
Hello. Hello. Yeah. I'm the CEO and founder of Dragon's Game. Dragon's Game is a game developer and publisher, comes from China. I'm so happy to be here today on this stage to introduce our game, Auto Chess, to all of you. This is really an exciting moment for us. As the trailer says, this is a really engaging game of Auto Chess. Dragon's now is working with the creator of Auto Chess, Jodo Studio. We are working together to bring Auto Chess to our world, both on PC and mobile. so that everyone from anywhere with any device can enjoy the same fun of auto chess. Now we are building the PC version with by using the gaming engine of Unreal Engine 4. As everyone knows, Unreal Engine is one of the best gaming engines of the world. With the help of Epic Games and by the power of Unreal, I believe we can finish our job quickly and efficiently. And today, I'm very glad to announce the PC version of Auto Chess will be coming to the Epic Games Store. I look forward to all of you playing Auto Chess on PC later this year. Okay, thank you everyone.
Thank you, Loring Lee.
Yeah, cool. Thank you.
Thanks so much for sharing the news with us. Once again, Auto Chess, if you have not played it, you must check it out. It is so fun. Our next title, with Frankie up above, I understand is an inspired indie game.
We'll find out, Sean, because one of the things we love about PC gaming is the way that game creators from all over the world can draw inspiration from one another's work. Chris Tales is a great example of that, a gorgeous indie love letter to classic JRPGs developed by a team in Colombia. Chris Tales' spin on the genre brings a unique perspective that lets you see the past, present, and future on one screen at the same time. So you'll see the future change based on your decisions in real time. Here's the world-exclusive reveal of Chris Tales.
I can't want to put like a DuckTales theme to it. Woo!
Oh, this game.
If you saw what was, what is, and what would be. If you knew how it ends. Would you change it? Could you make the hard decisions? And would you be strong enough to fight?
Okay.
If you learn from the past and act in the present, you can rewrite the future.
That said, may contain some stuff. What the heck?
In PC gaming, it's not the size of your weapon, it's how you use it.
Girl, put that
Now
down.
I'm holding one of the, well, quite frankly, it's a bit average, isn't it? It's just your
Honestly, you're
average,
shooting.
Glock, really. No. It's one of the ridiculous alien weapons from our next game, Valfaris. A brutal, heavy metal-infused 2D action platformer inspired by true old-school classics like Contra and Turrican.
You can see how
Assuming the role of
she's
fearless
scrolling, she's like-
Warrior,
Like, I won't put this down now.
blast their way through the doomed citadel of Valfaris, overcoming its deadly environments and enemies before challenging the arcane evil at its very heart. Get ready to rip the galaxy a new wormhole from
Get
publisher
ready.
Big Sugar. This is Valfaris.
Yeah.
It's like a big gun. I was thinking.
Exterminator mech. Wow. Don't worry, I'll teach you how to headbang.
I cannot get the headbang.
You don't have to break your. You just gotta use your neck. Just. You're basically just nodding, just in a quick succession. Thanks for coming to Hell.
Oh, there's the big gun.
Just incredible action in the Valfaris trailer. I'm very excited
She was
for our
barely
next
holding it.
guest. In case you have not been in downtown LA, E3 is covered with Borderlands 3 art. It's amazing, it's beautiful. And joining me is the amazing and beautiful Paul Sage, creative director of Borderlands 3.
Beautiful's the new one, thanks.
Yeah, there you
Raph,
go.
where you
Paul.
at?
Welcome. I mean, there's been so much hype around Borderlands 3. What's the stuff you're really excited to be sharing this year at E3?
Oh man, so we've talked about our Vault Hunters. Well, this time we get to talk about Mose, and she is our gunner Vault Hunter, so she has a big mech, so it's one of the things. All about loot. We're talking about, the different loot, such as shields, grenades, those things, going to different planets, so a lot of stuff to talk about.
Well, I mean, I want to start right off with Mose. Tell us everything you can about her.
Okay, yes, I'll tell you everything I can. So Mose, again, like I said, she's a mech pilot. She has this big mech, it's called Iron Bear. She gets into Iron Bear.
Yeah.
We have multiple action skills, which means that she can equip either a minigun or a railgun or a flamethrower. If you want to barbecue your enemies, something like that.
Oh,
so,
nice. Mix and match.
Yeah, Mose is a terrifically fun character for us right now.
Now, we've been excited to be collating a whole bunch of community questions. We're going to break them into two categories. First, there's a whole bunch of repeat questions that I want to make sure we get to right now. One of the big categories is about loot, because you've mentioned having a billion guns earlier, but what can you tell us about some of the other gear, the other progression systems in the game?
Yeah, so let's talk about grenades, like one of my favorite things that we don't get to talk about a lot. So in the past, we've had grenades. They've had like one thing they can bounce, they can stick to different things,
well, you have to log in.
Like all of those things. So for instance, the other day I was playing and I threw a grenade, and that grenade had a bounce. It would stick, an explosion would come out, and the grenade would fire guns as it was going through, right? So we have like a ton of different grenades that are in there.
Twitch? Oh my God!
That shield will extend out in front of you.
think Borderlands 3 is trying to break
have
Twitch right now.
With our characters, class mods are unique, and that they give you skills this time as well as enhancing the skills you currently have.
I also remember earlier you mentioned.
Don't blame me.
So artifacts are, we've kind of concentrated on like, hey, does the game feel fluid? Can I, slide into things? Can I jump? Can I mantle? Right. So when we were playing with that, we slid into a barrel, right? And the barrel exploded. And we're like, well, that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
So why don't we do something like that? So our artifacts actually add certain things to movement. So for instance, you can slide faster. You can slide, and every time you slide, there's an explosion. We have something we call.
Dude, LA can't handle us right now.
A second category of questions unrelated to loot. Well, there's going to be a single-player campaign. What's going to be happening after the campaign? What are some of the beyond the single-player, maybe end-game content that you can talk about?
All right, end-game content. Okay, well, it's E3, so I can give a little bit. So we have this thing what we call the Guardian system. So for those people who played Borderlands before, you might remember Badass Ranks. Badass Ranks, you can get, it's basically kind of an infinite progression system that added to your stats.
Yeah.
We doubled down on that. We have what we call Guardian Rank. And Guardian Rank not only has that infinite progression, but it has skills and different skins that you can open up as you go through. And the cool thing about that is like every character that you play on that account gets the benefits of Guardian Rank.
Oh, interesting. All right, last category we're going to go through, and then we're going to hit some rapid-fire questions. How do the boss fights in Borderlands 3 compare to Borderlands 1 and 2? I know those were big aspects. How do you build upon that?
Right, so I think of a boss fight, like I'm an old school Nintendo fan, right? So I love huge boss fights that have like
I must have on Tall Goose Game.
So now those people, smart people in the audience know that we've talked about going to vaults instead of vault, right? And so there are different like huge boss encounters there that are just multiple.
You ever played Borderlands before?
Encounters. We have like a lot of different mini bosses throughout the game, so a lot of different boss encounters throughout the game.
Well, now I want to ask some really quick questions that should be yes or no, very brief. First from Castoray. How will you be handling multiplayer?
Multiplayer, we will basically be allowing anybody to jump in at any time. So,
awesome. From MHL Animations.
If you don't
can I pet the gun? Great question.
I'm not here to judge what you do with your gun, so that's a personal question.
All right, great. Sam Wiseman asks, is Maya's new companion a siren?
People are asking the right questions. That's what I will say about that.
Oh, you tease.
Sorry.
All right, from Ironic Sanguine says, is Tiny Tina going to be seen fighting alongside the Vault Hunters?
Yes.
Nice. All right, I'm just going to blast through a couple more as fast as I possibly can. What's the level cap at launch?
50.
Will we get to see Flak?
Yes.
Will we see golden keys and or shift codes for Borderlands 3?
Absolutely.
Will there be duels?
Yes.
Other kinds of PvP?
Yes and no.
And also maybe.
Yeah,
perfect.
Yeah.
And you'll be able to transfer weapons between your characters.
Absolutely, right from the start.
Perfect. And when is the damn game coming out?
Friday the 13th, 2019, September 13th.
Hey.
Perfect.
Press F to respect the shark.
.com for more information.
Not
Thanks so much
us.
for joining me on stage.
Not us.
And once again, if you have not seen all the setups in downtown for Borderlands 2, oh, they're beautiful.
Love your energy, though.
Our next game, we're going to be revisiting a guest that we saw earlier in the show. He's upstairs with Frankie. What you got for us?
What in the world?
Oh.
They are
hi,
making this
we're
lady
live.
do so
Sorry.
much.
Hello. I was just, I was actually testing out my outfit.
Oh, I think I remember this from last year.
I think you look really sharp, as always.
Very sharp. Well, thank you so much. John Gibson,
Yeah, he said
president
that.
of Tripwire. Thank you for joining us again on the show.
Yeah, very excited to be
busy
here.
man. Yes.
I'd have to
Now,
really
last
finish
year, we
storyline on
revealed
Borderlands
Man
1,
Eater
Neutron.
to the world. And can you remind anyone who missed it what the game's all about?
Absolutely. Maneater is
So
an
check
open
this.
world action RPG, or Shark PG as we
Oh
call
my
it.
gosh.
You start as a small baby shark pup, and you have to survive in
baby
this
shark
harsh world and try to eat your way to the
How
top
are
of the
you a pup
ecosystem.
if you're-
The three words that we think sum the game
That's what
best
they're-
are
that's what
eat,
they're called.
Explore, and evolve. And we also have someone we'd like you to meet.
Well, let's meet him then. Let's take a look at the new trailer.
You have a fear of sharks?
Not really.
Okay, good.
If I see a shark, I'm scared.
Good. You'll enjoy this. Wow.
Come any closer with that camera, we too good to tussle.
John, who was that appallingly dressed fisherman in the trailer? Because quite frankly, not even I would eat him.
That was Scaly Pete, and Scaly Pete's the villain in this tale. Pete is a best fisherman in the Gulf, the best shark fisherman, or he'll tell you he's the best shark fisherman, and he disfigures our baby shark at the beginning of the game and does some really nasty things. So he's not a very nice guy. And now the story of Maneater is told through the lens of a reality show called Shark Hunters versus Maneaters, and it follows Pete and the player shark on its adventures. And you know, it's a really, you know, it's a very exciting way to tell a story.
I see that.
And based on that trailer, to be honest, John, it looks like your main goal of the shark is to just bite everything.
Yeah, there is an awful lot of man-eating going on in this game. That is the name of the game. And but we like to think of the game as a shark.
You play as the shark.
That's really
game.
cool.
It's like
I thought you played
GTA
as
if you
the
were a shark.
fisher.
But there's
Nope. The fisherman is going to try and stop you.
there is more to the
That's
game than just
pretty
eating.
cool.
So we spent a lot of time moving through the water, breaching
Looks pretty
out,
cool.
and adding abilities to go up on the beach for an afternoon snack. There's a lot of exciting things that you can do in the game.
And you mentioned before it's a shark PG. How does that progression system work?
Did you pull it in there?
So there's three facets to the Shark PG elements of the game.
Yeah.
There's growth, there's
You can
life
go onto
phases,
the
and
land.
there's evolutions. So growth comes about through eating things, nutrients, people, whatever you can find. And that's kind of like your XP in the game. That allows you to level up, your shark will grow a little bit, you'll get more powerful. And then at key phases that we call life phases, you'll make a big jump. So let's say you're a brooding teenage shark and you're about to become an adult. When you become an adult, you take a big leap in size, a big leap in power and capability. And then as you reach these life phases, you unlock evolutions that can be applied to parts of the shark's body. For example, you could get metallic teeth that allow you to shred boats, or a powerful tail that allows you to jump to incredible heights, or you could get mutated lungs that allow you to spend a little more time on the beach getting those afternoon snacks.
Just really quickly, John, everyone's wanting to know this question. When's it coming out?
can't believe this
So we're
lady's
really
so
hard
good.
hammerheading away at this game and trying to make it the most awesome shark RPG ever. We're not ready to announce a date, but we're pretty certain you're going to see it before the next PC gaming show.
Well, I hope we do, John. Otherwise, I'm going to have to start biting people. In fact, I'm quite hungry at the moment, so I think actually I'm going to find an audience member because you guys look tasty. So I'll see you in a bit. I'm just going to have a snack. Thank you, John.
Thank you.
Oh, there's the cherry you have. Or similar.
Similar, yeah. Just different company.
Yeah. I saw this thing. They only showed this part. But that's different. Which chair do you think is better? This one or that one?
I mean, they serve the same purpose. It's just whatever's like, cheaper, how it's made.
So what's this back piece for? Like the back.
So this is for lumbar support to help your lower back.
One of the absolute best parts about being sponsored by iWin for the PC Gaming Show is that I get to sit for this next segment and talk to you about Terraria. Terraria is one of the best-selling PC games of all time, selling almost 30 million copies. And part of the reason why it's maintained such popularity is the fact that the developers Relogic continue to add content, going from 250 items at release to now over 4,000. Let's take a look at their penultimate expansion coming up, Terraria Journey's End.
No, it's not pronounced that.
How's it pronounced?
Terraria.
Not Terraria.
No.
Not Terraria.
Okay, it looks more dirty in this thing. It's actually pretty fun. Okay, show them one of the bosses. No. Okay, this is a terrible preview for the actual game.
See, now you're getting it.
Okay, there we go. It was too much.
Apparently it was. Oh my god.
The next title that we're going to be looking at is a game that is the spiritual successor to Her Story. It's called Telling Lies by Annapurna Interactive, and joining me to talk about it is game director Sam Barlow and actor-producer Logan Marshall Green. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
Yeah.
The main man.
Now, if you haven't played Her Story, you totally should. It's fantastic. I want to note, it is a game where you watch live interactive video in order to uncover what happened with a murder. What is it that's going on in Telling Lies? What's the premise?
So, like Her Story, Telling Lies is a game in which you watch video footage to piece together a story. And this time we have a woman who has stolen an NSA hard drive, which contains secretly recorded, intimate and private conversations between our four characters. Something has gone terribly wrong, and it's up to you to figure out what and why.
It's time to take a look at some of the gameplay mechanics and see Telling Lies in action. Let's take a look.
Once upon a time.
Wait.
It's late. I gotta get her in the bath.
Was that Tom?
I don't love you and I don't miss you.
Wait. Was that Access?
Too much. It's late. I gotta get her in the bath. Alright, love you. Wait, love you.
I've only ever been in love once. It was with a girl I met when I was 18, but I was too young and naive to handle it.
Maybe it's actually the guy who's standing next to him up there. That looks a little bit like Tom.
Which makes me an incurable romantic or underdeveloped emotionally.
But yeah, she's a movie star.
I'm a loyal friend.
That looks like the actress who's playing Access in Flash. Whoa, whoa! Too much. Too much!
I know the... yeah.
The blonde?
Oh, Sam, I got some questions for you
I watched the whole Flash.
about what we've just seen.
You've seen Flash too? Ah, my boy.
Mechanics. I mean, I saw, you know,
It looks like her, right?
Highlighting, just loading more video footage.
Yeah.
What's going on?
No, Iris' daughter, Nora.
We take all of the
I haven't seen the new
exploration
season
out of a
yet.
normal video game. So all that walking around in a 3D world.
But I saw the-
and we apply
the
that
last
directly
episode
to
it
the
showed
story,
her.
to the footage itself. So you're going to
So,
be scrubbing
I know
around
she
in these
looks
clips, paying close attention, and you're going to be picking up on the subtext, listening to names, people, places. And with that information, you're going to use that to find more clips.
Oh, yeah,
to
don't read that.
And over time, kind of build up this picture of the story. And it's truly like an open world video game.
Well, I mean, you know, a lot of times with open world video games, they talk about, you know, the square kilometerage or miles in America. What's the sort of scope that we're talking about? Like, how many hours of footage is there?
So we got like over 10 hours of footage here.
Wow,
So
really?
It's a story that encompasses like 2 years. What I wanted to do with this one was, like I say, really embrace this idea of it being an open world game. You're free to explore
it's like
and
that
follow
movie,
your curiosity.
but you
Just
get to
lose
control
yourself
what the
in the
person
story.
Yeah, exactly.
All the
That's pretty
characters.
cool.
It's this huge, messy, colorful story that we're trying to tell.
Well, I'm curious, Logan, as a performer in this kind of game, what is it like to actually try to have all the layers in there for each performance, also not knowing when a player is going
What's
to
going on,
be
Avis?
seeing the specific footage you're performing?
Well, it's definitely a non-linear open world game, but our approach and Sam's approach was not unlike a movie or a
You guys, yeah, he
show.
was the
You
guy.
had to understand it.
Not Tom Hardy.
A to B. So for the most
You're
part, that's
still
how we
clicking
shot
that
it.
thing?
Obviously, when you're shooting.
Oh,
a movie or
64.
TV show. And in this
Halfway
case,
to 65.
game, you're going to be shooting out of order, but we actually stayed pretty linear in how we approached.
I'm
the
getting the
story.
Rouge.
We went after it like all the other times we're actors. We just went after intention and what do we want, and we tried to make it as deep. You know, it's got a lot of scope.
Terraria never ends.
But we wanted to make it as deep as possible, and Sam is one of the best movie or TV directors I've worked with, so it was very similar.
Nice. Yeah, look at you too. Now, of course, I do want to stress to any of you, if you have not played Her Story, it's quick to play through. It's absolutely brilliant. Please check it out in the meantime. But we're, of course,
what?
waiting to find out, when can we play?
That's a cable that goes into my mixer.
We'll have a date soon. Right now, you can go to Steam. You can wishlist on Steam. We all love Steam.
Any of us, can you not spell rogue?
Showing a little bit more during E3.
Because you're spelling rouge. Switch the U and the G.
Fantastic.
To get it that way.
As soon as humanly possible. Well, Sam Logan, thanks so much for joining me on stage. Once again, Telling Lies. Now, up on the balcony, Frankie's going to be talking to us about a game that my friends, year after year after year, keep telling me I have to play because of how much they've improved it. Frankie, what's going on with Warframe?
Well, one of my favorite parts of last year's show, aside
I'm
from
told
being
to play that
upstaged
too,
by a
and I keep
giant
ignoring
duck,
it as well.
was getting a glimpse at the future
It's
of
free in the
Warframe.
Xbox.
And here with the latest
It's
look
free
at
on
the next
PC as
expansion
well.
to the universe
I
is
used to-
Space Mum Rebecca Ford. So, chat, behave yourselves, please, because Mother's here. Now, Rebecca, what are we about to see?
We're going to take a look at an amazing trailer that our team has put together. A lot of our players have been waiting a year for a look at what we've been calling Railjack, so it's about time to, you know...
Well, you're a
see what we
rogue,
can
so
do.
it fits, Angus. Yes, Warframe. I just don't like the character, how it looks.
I downloaded it once, but I didn't have Xbox. It's okay.
Yeah. You're in space!
You know what they should make? They should make an Xbox Live.
Yeah, they do that.
They do that? How
Yeah.
much is that?
Like $60.
That's it?
Yeah.
That's as much as a year. I'm getting that. Where do you even get that?
You can buy it at the store. You can just Xbox cards. That's all. That's how I always did it for giveaways.
Rebecca, it must be so exciting to know that the fans have finally seen it, and you're clearly going all
Was inebriated when a crown was created. Why invest?
players going to be able to experience.
I wasn't shaking before we started talking, and now I am because it's real. Because you know, Empyrean is what we're calling codename Railjack. It's basically taking the Space Ninja part of Warframe, sending it back up to space, bringing players that squad gameplay they know, taking the enemies like the Corpus and the Grineer, giving them their own Railjack to essentially explore the solar system with and take down the bad guys.
Just little cards.
And when are fans going to get to see more?
You can buy them on Amazon
TennoCon
and
is in
Target
London,
and all that
Ontario.
stuff.
It's July 6th, and you can come watch it online on Twitch. We're going to be showing a lot more in our keynote for what Empyrean is going to be.
Well, today I'm getting a feel for the suit. So what's the deal with that sweet-looking necklace prime? How do I get my Tenno arms into it?
I cannot say that on live television, but you know, there are ways. But yeah, you just have to link your Warframe account to your Twitch account. If you watch 30 minutes of our Tenno live show, you can get it. But hopefully you stay for the full hour because we got lots to show.
Well, thank you so much, Rebecca, and good luck with TennoCon on July 6th.
Thank you.
Okay, now we've seen some amazing stuff today, but nothing quite so gloriously strange as our next game. Developed by Brooklyn-based studio Feral Cat Den, it's an existential-based jazz odyssey set during the Big Bang. Yeah, it's actually blown my mind learning about this one. Buckle up, everyone, because we're about to get bonkers with Genesis Noir.
When I was younger, my mom wouldn't let me watch Big Bang.
When you were younger, you couldn't?
Yeah. I was like, it's not even that bad.
It's not that bad.
Yeah.
God, Mom.
Yeah. You're watching this. What is this?
This is Genesis Noir.
How are you gonna kiss without me?
They're probably there. Whoa.
Genesis Noir, just beautiful, stylish art. The next game we're going to take a look at is the twist on the stealth genre. It's called El Hijo, where you play as a 6-year-old trying to escape a monastery and find your mother using toys and tricks to avoid monks. Let's take a look at this gorgeous spaghetti western-inspired project from Studio Handy Games.
You will become Zola. Oh my God, you're sneaking around the monks. There he is. Wait, oh. You little troublemaker.
Why is this kid running?
I think he's trying to escape the orphanage.
Well, now what you gonna do?
I will take the slingshot.
Dude, just kill him.
Basically, what I'm looking at is this. Prison Break, Child Edition. El Hijo.
El Hijo, once again, is the title.
My bad.
We just saw.
I do not speak.
For our final guest tonight, please join me in welcoming from Larian Studios CEO Sven Vinke, and from Dungeons & Dragons at Wizards of the Coast, the creative director of Dungeons & Dragons, Mike Merles, to talk about Baldur's Gate 3.
That's what we're ending the show with? Hell yeah.
Now, this was only just recently announced.
Yeah.
How did this partnership come about?
We went to see Wizards of the Coast at the end of Divinity Original Sin 1.
Yeah.
That was back in 2014. And I tried to convince them back then that they should give us the Baldur's Gate 3 license. And they said, yeah. But we had a long chat about what the vision would be for the game. And then we kept on bumping into each other. And then suddenly in 2016, I get a phone call from Nathan Stewart, who's the big boss of Mike and the head of Dungeons and Dragons. He said, you need to come to Seattle right away. We're going to have dinner in a very shady restaurant. And he had this big stack of paper with him. And on it was Baldur's Gate 3. And in it was pretty much everything that we talked about. And he says, I'm going to present this to my board. Do you still want to do it? Of course, I still want to do it. And then a couple of weeks later, we started negotiating. And here we are.
I mean, what does the Baldur's Gate franchise mean to you, Mike?
Oh, to me, it's the crown jewel of D&D computer games, right? I mean, for me personally, Baldur's Gate, the original one, was finally I had the chance to actually play a D&D campaign rather than having to run them for all my friends. So it means so much to us. Baldur's Gate, it's such fantastic storytelling, and it's so exciting to see it come to not only a new generation of gamers, but for the gamers who remember the 20 years it's been since the original, the first two in the series. So it's incredibly exciting. And for us, it really is such an important part of the D&D mythos as a whole.
And we got a chance to see the trailer. Talk to me about some of the story elements, the world elements. What are things we're going to see in Baldur's Gate 3?
Well, we're only talking about what's in the trailer right now, but obviously you're going to go to the city, because we start with the city. You start outside of the city, actually. There's going to be mind flayers. They're very nasty. You are seeing in the trailer the process of ceremorphosis, as we call it. It's accelerated, so that's not normal.
Yeah.
And you're going to see a lot of iconic creatures, iconic characters, iconic places, as far as we go.
I'm curious about some of the gameplay elements, because obviously, there's just been a big resurgence of Dungeons and Dragons, tons of broadcasts on Twitch. I mean, how do you translate some of the insane things that players want to do into, what has to be a structured computer game?
So we started with the player handbook, which is basically the basic rule set of Dungeons and Dragons.
Which player
You ever played Dungeons and Dragons?
5th edition.
Yeah.
And so we
I don't think
ported
you're ready for that
as
life
much
yet.
as we could to the video game. We looked at what works really well. We looked at the things that didn't work that well, because it is a video game, and this was made for tabletop gaming. And so we started modifying those things, and then we had to add things on top of it, because if you play tabletop, you have a game master, and you say, well, I want to do this.
Yeah.
And then the
I
game
want to
master
start a fight with a pigeon. And he's like, okay, roll for dexterity.
Exactly.
Roll
That's
for
it.
dexterity.
So we had to add systems to make that possible within the game. But we've gone very, very far.
Yeah, I mean, can you give an example of like a crazy moment that a player might do that you could actually play out in the game?
Well, I could, let's say that we get into a fight because you ask a nasty question, I don't want to answer it. And I take the chair over there, I put it on fire, smash it on your head.
Whoa.
Well, just as an example.
It's just an example, it's fine, we're just talking,
These are things that we have to put systems into the game for to do it, which are not necessarily going to be described inside of the book.
Interesting. And I mean, like, Mike, in terms of your role, speaking to Larian Studios, you have tons of data of all the sorts of things that players do. What's the sort of information that you provide in assistance?
Well, really what it comes down to is providing the story support. We think of Dungeons & Dragons, the universe of D&D.
I could have sworn Skyrim's
it's
older
a
than
toy
10
box
years, too.
for dungeon masters and players to go into and build their own stories. So working with Larry and working with
older
Ben, a
games
lot of it
is
was just
still
opening up that
Hey,
toy
buddy.
box and sharing it.
Hey, man.
Kind of guidance, like I remember one of our first meetings. We just
All right, I'm
laid
back,
out
but I'm
a
gonna
map
keep
of Baldur's
the camera off because I'm about to
asking
eat.
a lot of questions like,
And nobody wants to see that shit.
Where do we want to go? What are the cool locations we always want
Well, you're just getting into the end of it. They're talking about Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh,
what,
nice.
What does it mean
Okay.
in terms of the story for each character, for each character race, each character class, so that if you have your favorite class and it's in the game, you really feel like you're taking on that role that you love so much in the tabletop, and really coming to life in an authentic way in Baldur's Gate 3.
And we're going to talk in a moment about Baldur's Gate.
Have they shown any gameplay yet?
Release dates and whatnot.
No,
But
it's
second
still the
game
same
we
trailer
wanna
that they
talk
showed
about
before.
On a new technology known as pencil and paper, I understand that there is a tabletop prequel coming for Baldur's Gate.
What?
Exactly. So
What?
in Baldur's Gate, we think there's one saga.
Oh,
All the
Showtime's
different
gonna
games
get
coming
horny.
together to tell one grand story.
Yeah, he is.
So on September 17th, we're releasing our next tabletop.
Oh, by the way, I'm level 71 on my
Baldur's
blip
Gate,
belt.
Descent into Avernus, and it is the
Can you
next
calm
chapter
down?
in the Baldur's Gate saga.
No.
And it's a prequel.
You're being too blippity
So if you
bloppity.
haven't played a Baldur's Gate game since Baldur's Gate 1 or 2,
all the
this is your chance
bloops.
to check out on the history
All
of
the
what 100 years
blips.
since the events of Baldur's Gate 2. Yeah. So this will give you a chance to check in on the city, to see what's going on, its current state, who the movers and shakers are. We also feature a complete levels 1 to 13 campaign that takes you from the mean streets of Baldur's Gate to the depths of hell itself. and sort of pose to the players a question. Do you
The mean
want to
streets
redeem
of
Baldur's
Baldur's
Gate
Gate.
or send it to damnation?
I'm from Baldur's Gate.
Putting that right in the player's hands to make that choice.
Well, I have to ask Sven, it's a question on a lot of people's minds. What can you talk to us about expected release time frames?
So people have been waiting for it for a long time.
Yeah.
They're going to have to wait a little bit more when it's ready.
2020.
So this is the game that we want to play, so we want to make sure it's really, really good. And then when
Who
that
cares what you
is
want?
done, release it.
You just said when it's ready.
People have been waiting a
Bitch.
long time. And I think I speak for a lot of people here when I say, take your time. If the Divinity Original Sin
Damn.
games are any indication
When
of
it's
quality,
ready.
it's going to be fantastic and worth the wait. Gentlemen, thanks so much for joining me on
Thank you
stage.
very much.
Thank you.
Ben and Mike talking about Baldur's Gate 3. Goodbye. Goodbye, guys. Why are they leaving? Well, it's because the PC gaming show has officially concluded. Let's bring up on the stage the fantastic Frankie Ward. Come here, Frankie.
Hello.
Yes. Come here, Frankie.
Well, thank you so much, Sean. Hasn't this audience been absolutely fantastic today?
I have been
Thank you
absolutely
so
fantastic.
much for coming out to the 5th annual PC
Yes,
Gaming
you have.
Show. We want to give an enormous thanks to all of you who tuned in live. We want to, of course, thank all of you who personally showed up this morning, and of course the sponsors who helped make this possible. Epic Game Store, iWin, Frontier, Funcom, Paradox, Interactive, Hovercast, Perfect World, Rebellion, Tripwire,
Thank you,
and
Epic.
Samsung. As you know, PC Gaming is a platform. It's not a publisher or developer, so these sponsors are essential for letting us put on this show every year. Thank you so much. And I gotta ask Frank, any titles you're excited about?
Well, I do love a baby elephant, so definitely Planet Zoo, and slightly more awkwardly, then I also want to eat things. Maybe elephants included, so man-eater, of course.
I'm personally looking forward to Songs of Conquest, and as you heard, there's games coming out all across 2019 and into 2020. We hope you all have a fantastic E3. It officially begins tomorrow. Big shout out to all the other press conferences. Hello again, Drop Frames. Good to see you 2 years in a row. We hope you all have a fantastic time at E3 and go play some games and make some friends. See you next year. Bye, bye, bye.
Thank you so much. Goodbye.
We love you.